So today we'll give you an update on the new laying hen chicks that we have. We also have some new peepers, some meat chicks. Well, here they are. Look how tiny they are. It seems funny to believe that they're this tiny when we see the ones that we have already. They're laying hens, but they start out this small. They have a good sized area in here. They'll be in here for a while. I got 2 heat lamps set up for them. But it's outside, it's not in our garage. There's Mrs. Skelly.
Hi.
And we have a bunch of food. That's a lot of food, but these chicks, these are Cornish cross. They go through feed like crazy. These things will be monsters in no time. And really, in 8 weeks, they could be big enough to slaughter, to process, and be 4 pounds of meat. In all reality, they're kind of like mutants, but they're still good meat, and we like to raise them ourselves. We have 16 here, and we do things a little differently than some people. We don't just raise them for 4 weeks or 8 weeks, I'm sorry, and then process them 7, 8 weeks. We'll take the biggest ones at about 7 or 8 weeks and process them. And these are all males, so they all should be pretty good size. And then we'll let some more live, process them a little bit later. And at the end, we'll probably go to about 11, 12 weeks total, depending upon how I observe things. So we're really looking forward to this. We love having meat chickens in our freezer to pull out and cook. So honey, what do you think about having meat chickens? What do you like about having meat chickens?
I love having meat chickens because we've raised them ourselves and we know what they've been fed, we know how they've been treated, and it's just a lot of fun to have them too. But I just love raising our own food and having our own food in the freezer.
What's a favorite meal you would do with one of these whole chickens once we process them to have in the freezer?
Just my favorite is whole roasted chicken with potatoes and carrots. It's really good.
Do you have certain spices you like to use with chicken?
Not really. I just kind of throw all the spices on there and let it cook.
Yeah, my wife is a really good cook, and I love eating our whole chickens. And later on, when we process these chickens, we'll keep you in on that. We'll do some video footage of that. I'm not sure how good YouTube does with blood, so we'll probably try to keep the blood out of it. We'll process them and show you how that works. We have a system we've been doing for quite some time now, and it turns out really good in the end. Well, these cute little chickies gonna be turned into meat for us to eat. Let's hope that all 16 of them last real good. You can hear them peeping like that. It's because they're calling for their mother, which they don't have one right now. Some of them are tired. That one looks like about to fall asleep. Some are hungry. And you got a little food right there too. And some are thirsty, right? But the same thing with these ones. We'll check for pasty butt. Make sure they're staying healthy. Make sure they're finding their food. Make sure they're staying warm. And even though it's early April here, it can still get cold sometimes at night. But I think they're going to be fine while they stay under the lamps and they stay huddled together. And now we want to give you an update on the laying hens. We can see how big they are. You can compare them. They're about 3 weeks old now. And you can compare them to what our chicks are, the other chicks are right now. Now look how big they are, comparatively speaking. I mean, they're huge. Those things out back are less than half the size of these. They're just little puff balls. These have feathers coming in. The ones out back just have the down. These have feathers coming in. It's getting to the point now where we're going to have to put a top on this because they might jump out. You see how cute they are.
Getting feisty too.
Yeah, there's some of them that are feisty. There's some that don't care if you pick them up, and some that do care. And you want to kind of humanize them as much as you possibly can. That makes it easier later on to handle them when they become bigger. So honey, what do you think about having laying hens? What's some of your favorite things about having laying hens?
Well, I just love having hens because they're so fun to watch and they're beautiful. But my favorite thing, of course, is the eggs. I love having our fresh eggs, and we know what they're feeding on, and they're healthy, and their eggs are so good. It's really hard to eat any other eggs after you've had your own farm fresh eggs.
Hey man, that rich orange yolk. And what's like one favorite dish you like to make with eggs?
Well, my favorite thing to make is egg burritos with peppers and onions and cheese all in there, and like a homemade aioli sauce, a mayonnaise sauce. That's really good.
Wow, that sounds really good.
We love making our homemade mayonnaise, and that we make with our fresh eggs, and that's really good.
That's true. There's nothing like the mayonnaise we make. What about, like, one of my favorite things you made recently is the egg casserole. What was in that? I think it had cream cheese in
Oh yeah,
it.
that was a jalapeno popper egg casserole, and that
Yeah.
had lots of eggs and milk and cheese, and then it had like clumps of cream cheese all dotted through it, and then it had chopped up jalapenos, and then some bigger jalapenos on top. It was a little spicy, but it was really good.
Some people can't handle that, but we like it a little bit. So that's where these chicks are. Like I said, they're about 3 weeks old now. Well, they'll be 3 weeks old on Monday. Right now it's Thursday or Friday, so they're almost 3 weeks old. And we'll see how fast these grow in comparison to the meat chickens. The meat chickens and these grow at completely different rates. The meat chickens within a week or two will probably be caught up to these ones, even though they're about 3 weeks younger than them. All right, well, that's the update for now. Hopefully you're enjoying these videos. If you do, drop a like, make a comment, subscribe, and share. God bless you.